want you to first tell me about last night and why the students decided to take a political stand by taking a knee.
Sure, I'm happy to tell you about last night. It was very exciting. Leading up to our performance of the national anthem, at several schools here in Oakland, students really are very much aware of what's happening in the news and Kaepernick's stance and police brutality against black lives. And students started discussing about what the anthem means in our classrooms.
And some students really wanted to take a knee. They discussed they wanted to do this, and for us it was really important to not impose our values on them. So we were able to collaborate as a music staff and talk about how to talk with our students around this so that everybody would feel comfortable, so that students that felt like they understood this issue and wanted to take a knee could do so, and so that if students still had a really strong feeling about Black Lives Matter but didn't want to take a knee, would feel comfortable doing that as well, and because we're very inclusive.
Yeah, what were the students, when you were having this conversation with the students, what were they hoping to achieve through their action last night?
What were the students hoping to achieve through their actions? I think visibility, and definitely a chance to express their own opinions. I mean, as educators, that's the best thing that we want to give our students, is a chance to express their right of free speech. I understand that the flag represents a lot of different things to a lot of people. It represents, for veterans and active duty, it represents a commitment to our country, but it also represents our public schools, and for us, often underfunded public schools, and what we stand for. But I think what the students really wanted to do is do something that says that they're paying attention and that they have really strong opinions.
Did they, obviously I wasn't there and you can't see in this particular clip, but what was the crowd's reaction?
The crowd definitely responded very positively afterwards. They were thrilled to see the students taking a stand by taking a knee.
And and we also let students know, as did the director of PR for Oakland Unified afterwards. He had a very nice conversation with the students to let them know that there might be some ramifications for doing this. And right now, I mean, this is live. We're doing this now, and we're really in the middle of a really interesting, teachable moment. And I think there are some people in our community that feel very proud, and I think there's some people around who pretty much aren't really within our community who are pretty upset. But I think for those people, we want you to understand there's no disrespect to this country at all, but we want to, I mean, the great thing about our country is that we want to affect change, positive change, especially for our students, who many of whom are living in poverty. And they feel strongly about this, and this was a moment where they could very peacefully and quietly express themselves.
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit of that backlash. What are you hearing from people who are unhappy with what some of those students did? Obviously, there were some that chose not to take a knee.
I think, you know, the backlash that we're seeing, there's certainly some angry responses to what our students stood for. And I think a lot of it is a concern for our country and what does patriotism mean, which is a great conversation to include our young people in and discuss the question, can we sing or perform the national anthem and yet still be critical of what our country does and how policies are affecting the people in our world.
And I see many of those students behind you. Is this something that you think they plan to continue to do? Have you had a conversation with them about their future plans?
Well, the future plans of our students, I think it's really, you know, certainly after the fact. We talked today about how the community is responding to their activism. And I think activism doesn't happen just once, it happens over time. We're certainly seeing the same. I've been fighting this same type of social justice fight all my life, my parents before me, and I think the kids know that it's a long battle ahead of us.
So you think some of them will take a knee at other performances?
I think these students will take on ideas of social change in many ways, whether it means taking a knee in other performances or using their artistic and creative and academic skills for saying what's important to them.
And most importantly, one of our mottos is lead by example. And that's what we will always try to model for our students.
All right, Zachary Pitts-Smith and Randy Porter, thanks so much for talking with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.